Hi guys, how's it going? This is Liz and welcome to my very first YouTube channel. I am so excited to finally do this. I know some of my followers really wanted me to do this and also my family kind of encouraged me, so I'm finally here and today I'm going to show you how to do this Christmas eye look. I think it came out looking really nice. I was kind of nervous to put some blue eyeshadow on my lids, but I think it turned out well. If you guys are interested in knowing how I created this, please keep on watching. If you like what you see, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. So I'm gonna start off by using my e.l.f. moisturizer. I really do like this moisturizer just because I have really dry skin. I just spread this all over my face evenly and it's just automatically leaves my face more hydrated. Next up, I'm going to be using my all-time favorite primer by Smashbox. I love this primer so much. At first, I was a little iffy about trying it out just because I have dry skin, and it's really more recommended for those who have oily skin, but I am obsessed. It leaves my skin super smooth after the foundation, and it leaves my makeup all day. And for foundation, I'm going to be using this Tarte Amazonian Clay Foundation in color Light Medium. I'm going to be using the Real Techniques Buffing Blush and just going all over my face with this foundation. So I just started doing this with a brush. I used to use my sponge, but I noticed that when you use a sponge, it gives you more of a full coverage and it just covers my blemishes really well. Okay, now after buffing it on my face, I like to take my setting spray and then I go in with my Real Techniques sponge and just kind of make sure everything is well blended. Next up, I'm going to apply my concealer. I love this concealer by Maybelline. This is the Fit Me in color Tan. I'm just gonna apply this on under my eyes and also where I want some areas to be a little bit more highlighted. So on my nose, on my forehead, and on my chin. Okay, so I did let it sit for like a minute or so, and then I'm just gonna start blending. I mainly focus on the edges to be really blended, and once I see that the edges are well blended, then I slightly go in to blend close to the eye. But by doing this, I leave the most coverage under my eye where I need it. I'm going to be using my Cover FX setting powder to set my under eye. I think I'm going to bake just because when I'm going to do an eye look, and it's going to be a little bit dramatic, so I'm going to bake in case I have any fallout. I also like to take this setting powder and just kind of contour my nose with it. I also take it on the areas that I get oily, which is my chin area, my forehead. And for this, I don't bake, I just kind of press the product in. So now I'm going to start doing my eyelids. I'll just come back and finish up my face. So I already primed my lid. I decided to go with the same concealer that I used. I did move you guys a little bit closer so you can see, and I already did this side, so this is what we're going to do. And let's get started with this side. I'm going to be using the LORAC Pro palette, and this is how it looks like. It is super dirty, so I have been using this a lot. I'm going to start using this beautiful navy color. I'm going to start applying this on the outer part of my crease. This is super pigmented, so definitely be careful and know where you're placing it. And then I'm going to start to do circular motions, just kind of bringing it in. When I'm using dark colors, intense colors like this, I really like to start off with this color and then going back in with the transition color to kind of blend everything nicely. So right now I'm just placing, not really worrying so much about blending. We're gonna do that later on. I'm not applying any more product to my brush. Whatever is left, I'm bringing it in. So I'm just gonna intensify the color a little bit more. I'm gonna cut the crease so I don't have to worry so much about getting my lid messy. Making sure that this part right here is the lightest. So every time that I dip my brush into the palette, I always start over here and then just kind of drag that. I'm going to go in with this light brown right here and we're gonna start blending that in. So I'm just gonna start right here where I officially started with that blue, and I'm just going to do small circular motions. I'm really not focusing the color above the blue. I'm actually kind of overlapping that blue. So I'm just going to do circular motions. Just really take your time doing this, guys. Once I'm happy with it, I'm going to go back in with that same brush that I used with the blue. I'm going to add a little bit more blue just to kind of intensify it a little bit more, since when I did blend in, it kind of took away that color. So just doing the same, starting here and then just dragging that color in. I'm gonna start cutting the crease. I'm going to be using the same concealer that I used to cut this crease. So I just start off by applying this all over my lid, kind of taking whatever is on the lid to cut it. I'm going back in with that blue using this small liner brush. And then I'm just going to drag that all over the crease, making sure it is really sharp and that blue kind of stands out a little more. Using that same brush to kind of go back and forth to blend it in really well. Then it's time for the lid. I'm going to go in with this beautiful silver color, and I'm just going to cover my entire lid with this. And if you kind of mess up on the crease, it's okay. We can always go over it with that liner to perfect it. After that, I kind of want something more of a shimmer. I'm going in with this ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in the color Sugar. So now I'm taking that beautiful color and just applying this on top. And after I apply a layer, I always like going in with my finger and just applying a little bit more. I just applied some lashes. I used the Andrea 91. I love these lashes because they're not too dramatic, but then they still give you that wisp and they're super easy to apply. Now for my under lash, I'm going to go in with that same palette. I'm going in with this beautiful blue that I used on my crease. I'm taking the Sigma pencil brush and I'm just going to cover that under lash. So I'm going in with this color right here, Nectar, to smoke out that blue color. Okay, so now for my inner corner, I'm going to be using that same beautiful shadow by ColourPop that we applied on the lid. You know what, I'm gonna intensify it a little bit more by adding some setting spray. So I did spray my brush with the Makeup Revolution setting spray, just to kind of intensify this color a little bit more. Woo. So even though I really like how that looks, I kind of want it to be a little bit of a more different color than the lid. So I'm going in with this Buxom Shadow Pure Platinum. And I'm just going to apply it on top of that. So as you can see, I added a nude liner. It just opened up my eye a little bit more. I love how it looks. I used the Rimmel London Nude Liner. Love this thing. This is waterproof and it lasts all day. Now I'm going in with some mascara. I'm using the Voluminous Lash Paradise Mascara by L'Oreal. Applying this on my underlash. Okay, so I'm finally done with the eyes. Let's go back to the face. I'm taking this Too Faced bronzer in color Toasted Peach. And to apply the bronzer, I am taking this Real Techniques contour brush. I'm just gonna start blending that in. This is my first time using this, so let's see what I think of it. I'm also applying this a little bit on the sides of my forehead. And on my jawline. Since that bronzer is a creamy bronzer, I'm going to go in with my sponge and just make sure that everything is well blended. Also, as you can see, I did contour my nose a little, so I'm just gonna blend that in also. I really like the color of this bronzer, but since it is creamy, I think I'm gonna try it with a sponge next, or with another brush, because it was really hard for me to blend. So that's why I had to go in with this sponge. Okay, now I'm taking my Cover FX setting powder. I'm just going to carve under my cheekbones. I really don't bake. I just kind of press the powder in, and then I go back in to kind of blend it in really well. And I'm just taking just a little bit of blush, just because it really doesn't go that well with the eye look, but I also love my cheeks to be a little rosy. So I'm just taking just a little bit. Before I add my highlights, I'm going in with the setting spray by Makeup Revolution. My all-time favorite highlighter is in this little palette by IT Cosmetics. It is my Sculpted Face. As you can see, I don't really use the contour powders just because it's really like it has a red undertone and I'm not digging them, but this highlighter is so bomb, guys. You guys should definitely try it. So since my face is a little damped right now, I'm going to go in with this e.l.f. highlighting brush, and I'm just going to highlight my cheekbones. I'm also going to take my finger and kind of highlight the tip of my nose and also the bridge of my nose. That is really intense. I'm going to go in with this same brush. And also my cupid. For my lips, I'm going in with this Urban Decay Vice palette. And I want a nude lip just because I want the eyes to be the center of attention. So I'm going in with this color right here, and I'm just going to apply it all over my lips. Okay, now on top, I'm going to add this gloss. This is in the color Whip, and I'm just going to apply it all over my lips. I'm actually really digging glosses lately, and this one is so beautiful on top of this one. Alright guys, well that concludes this Winter Wonderland eye look. I just came up with that. I'm gonna name this Winter Wonderland eye look. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do you guys love how I just added some earrings and put my hair up and then called it a day? Like, I didn't even try. I'm sorry guys. This is my very first video, so have patience with me. I will become a professional like the others very soon, I promise. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave me any feedback in the comment section below. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. That way it will let me know to create more videos like this. Thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Why did I open my mouth?